Hi guys, I'm going to be doing a video of how to do the hair for the girls for competition. What you're going to need is a brush, comb, this type of brush or something that's a little bit tighter, bobby pins, elastics. You can use the thicker elastics or for thicker hair, or if you have the thin ones. It all depends on the girl's hair and what's going to stay. Hairspray, gel, you can use either or. I'm not actually going to put this in my hair, but I will show you when to put it. To start off, what we're going to do is start with the poof in the front. So I go like halfway in between the eyebrows, right here. You need to take a section. I have a mirror in front of me, so that's kind of what I'm going to keep staring at. Alright, so you just take a section of hair that you want to do your poof. Alright, I'm just going to wrap up the rest of my hair just so it doesn't get in the way for a second. Alright, so what you want to do with this piece of hair is, since we're making the poof, is you want to tease it a little bit. So just back comb it down. Do it in the front a little bit. This is so that it gets that poofiness. It doesn't just lay flat. Alright, I'm not going to go too crazy for sake of right now. But so what I do is I just clump it in. I like to twist it a little bit and then push it forward. And there you have a poof. Take the bobby pins and just put them from either side. I usually do 4 bobby pins and let them crisscross on top of each other, coming from each side. Now it's alright if the poof is a little bit high up, because it's going to get pulled down a little bit in our next step. Okay, a little bit messy, but that's okay. So here you have the poof. Okay, like that. Alright, the next step is going to be the buns. You're going to need 4 total elastics because we're going to do 4 buns. So the first step is you're going to pull the hair, I'd say from right about here on each side, evenly on each side, and pull it up into the back. Okay. Here you can use the brush. Be careful you don't want to brush too much and pull down your poof, but if you brush from underneath, that's okay. Alright, so here's the point where you would be using hairspray. You're going to want to hairspray all on these sides right here, okay? And when you do the poof, you can hairspray this poof, put some gel on the poof before you put it into the bobby pins to make it nice and tight. Alright, so you're going to pull all this hair nice and tight. It should include the hair from the poof. Take one of the elastics and you're going to wrap it around as if you were going to make a ponytail. Do it a couple of times until it's tight enough that it's going to stay in their head. And then on the last time that you're going to wrap it around, you're going to pull out a little piece and make a little bun about that big. Should be good enough. Okay, so now you have this little bun. It looks awkward right now, and that's okay. And then you have the hair hanging down. For now, just pull that, you can kind of pull that hair hanging down forward, keep it out of the way. And then you're going to grab the next grouping of hair, which you can go like right behind your ears, their ears, whatever. And then again, you'd smooth it up with the brush. You'd put some hairspray on the side, smooth it. You can use one of these type of brushes, smooth it, put the hairspray. And now what you're going to do is, so you have this whole ponytail here, you're going to join this hair into that ponytail. Okay? So now it's all, so see here's the two, now it's all one. Okay? You join that tight, get another elastic, again, wrap it around a bunch of times until you feel it's tight enough. And then on the last time that you're going to wrap it around, you make a same size bun that you made in the one previous. Okay, so now you should have two buns. Again, that extra little bit of hair, you can kind of pull it to the front so it's out of the way. Grab your next grouping of hair. Just going to lean a little bit forward for a second. And you're doing the same thing again, grouping the hair. You should use some hairspray. Brush it tight. Get it nice and tight. It's okay if it's messy because you're going to be using plenty of bobby pins. So you have your ponytail of hair plus the ponytail from the previous bun. Again, wrap it around. And it's sometimes easier if you're just going to have them lean forward to keep the other buns out of the way, especially if they have really a lot of hair. Alright, so you pull out another bun, and then you should have one last little grouping of hair left at the bottom. So you pull that last little bit, same thing. You can use the brush, put some hairspray, and then wrap it around tight. Be careful with the one on the bottom because a lot of times if you pull it too tight, it can really pull the skin in the back of your neck, but you also don't want it to fall out. So, alright, so same thing, pull it through, and you've got your last little bun. So now you should have 4 buns, okay, and some hair at the end. With this hair at the end, at the bottom, all you need to do is you can kind of weave it throughout the buns all the way up to the top, and then use a bobby pin and just bobby pin that piece of hair down. Alright, so here comes the next part with all the bobby pins. So see how all the buns are kind of flopping everywhere. Now you're going to use your thousands of bobby pins that you have and start bobby pinning the hair down. It doesn't matter really which direction you're going in. You just kind of want to grab and bobby pin. Grab and bobby pin. You want to make sure the hair is staying in throughout the middle because we're making like a little Fauxhawk, but it doesn't need to be laid down in a specific certain way. kind of what you're going to keep doing. Just literally keep bobby pinning and bobby pinning. I'm going to keep going. I'm not going to, probably not going to put in as many as you will be putting in, but I want to put in enough so that you get the idea. And I would say, if you think you've put in enough bobby pins, keep putting in more. Because the last thing you want is for the girl's hair to come out while they're dancing. It's going to suck at the end of competition when you're taking out thousands of bobby pins, but it'll be worth it if the hair stays in and there's not pieces hanging, because that's the last thing anybody wants to see on stage. It's a little bit harder for me because I'm doing it to myself, but alright, so I'll end it with those bobby pins. So I have a mirror, so I'm going to try to show you in the mirror. So here we go. So there's just lots and lots of bobby pins. It's messy, but it's just supposed to be a cute little messy faux hawk, and you can put the pieces wherever. This piece will be tucked up, the piece that's hanging into the bottom. Let me do that real quick. The last little bun, you can kind of, rather than trying to bobby pin it down to the nape of the neck, bobby pin it up to the wrist. Okay. So there you go. And then here's the poof up close. Like I said, this is messy. I didn't put any hairspray or anything. And you can pull it down a little bit smaller and tighter, but once you use a lot of hairspray, it'll work good. Alright, there you go.